When I heard Philippines, I knew my life had changed forever. How does one describe the feeling of finally achieving a dream?
I want to say thank you to the Philippines, my country.
I don't even know how to put it into words how it felt having that crown placed on my head.
I Miss Universe 2018.
But I was instantly catapulted to an international platform. I always had a voice, but now being crowned as Miss Universe would give me the global platform to amplify it. Moving to New York was in itself a dream come true. During Media Week, I relived my crowning moment over and over again. I love that along with the glitz of the pageant, I was given the opportunity to talk about my passion for education for the underprivileged youth and also other causes that I was passionate about. I also had my first music single, We're In This Together, that was created to raise awareness for young folkers in Tondo, Manila, played live on US radio. That was a crazy country moment. After a quick trip to Indonesia to shoot for a project, I returned to take part in the frenzy that is New York Fashion Week. I also had my first official photo shoot as Miss Universe.
My first Miss Universe shoot with Adele.
And by then, the reality of being Miss Universe had definitely sunk in. Returning home to the Philippines for my grand homecoming was one of the most awe-striking and memorable moments, not just of my year, but of my life. I have never felt more humbled nor celebrated than I did that week, seeing the amount of people who turned out to the street parades and the amount of pride, love, and support I received brought me constantly to tears. It was a week of dancing and celebration, reuniting with family and friends, shooting and events. I then jetted off to Indonesia.
From the Philippines, I am Catriona Gray, 25, Miss Universe.
Where I wore my first traditional kabaya to Putri, Indonesia 2019. Upon returning to New York City, I immersed myself in cause work with organizations like God's Love Will Deliver, Education Through Music, AMFAR, and Project Sunshine. In the next month, I recreated my winning look for Vogue Beauty and quickly found myself in Canada for a fundraising event for the benefit of the Bantay Bata Children's Foundation. Returning back to the States was bittersweet because it was time to say goodbye to my housemate and welcome my new sisters, Miss USA and Miss Teen USA. I had so much fun hosting the live Chi Lounge during the telecast, but more so, the trip to Reno was highlighted by the release of my V Magazine feature and written interview with Tyra Banks. Being able to be interviewed by Tyra Banks herself was a huge moment for me. I always look forward to learning and working with organizations who are actively contributing to the community. So aside from working alongside Best Buddies Smile Train and presenting an award at the Apicha Gala, I participated in the New York City AIDS Walk to raise funds and awareness for HIV/AIDS prevention and care. It then came time to return to my home country of the Philippines and to pass on my title as Miss Universe Philippines to the next empowered Filipina. Returning to the Philippines, I was honored to be present at a charity gala to raise funds for my two home-based charities, Love Yourself and Young Focus. And when the day came for me to give my farewell speech and walk, I knew that I wanted to impart a message of conquering one's dreams.
Humbled and immensely grateful to each and every one of you who has given true meaning to feeling the love and the support of the Filipino people.
To stand back on the Araneta Coliseum stage in the exact same spot that Miss Universe Philippines crown had been placed on my head 15 months earlier, as the reigning Miss Universe, I felt that I had come full circle. Returning back to New York City, I supported Education Through Music for World Music Day and shared the experience of getting an HIV test in partnership with Apicha to empower people to get tested and know their status. Then it was time to say Swadee Ka to Thailand, Being back in my crowning country gave me all the feels, but this time I was on the other side, not on the stage, but on the committee as a judge for Miss Universe Thailand. This event marked the 6-month mark on a journey that I spent with an audience of 6 million and growing on social media. For my next adventure, I found myself in the African safari visiting orphaned rhinos and speaking and participating in one of South Africa's largest campuses on the topic of LGBTQ+ rights and challenges facing their community. I even got the opportunity to do the lava walk and sit as a judge on the panel of Miss South Africa. I then returned to the Philippines and witnessed my first live surgery with Smile Train, which gave me a greater understanding of the work that Smile Train does for children with cleft around the world. I then returned back to New York City to take part in the flurry that is New York Fashion Week, along with visiting Philadelphia to talk about my work on the front of HIV and AIDS. It was then time for another first.
Everyone's here! The stunningly gorgeous!
To visit the UAE and be honored at the Expedition Gala with the Women of the Year Award, as well as having a 3-cover spread on the adjoining Expedition Middle East magazine. I flew to LA to present an award for the Latin Music Awards and then returned to New York to complete work with God's Love We Deliver and attend their annual Golden Heart Awards. After a year of solo travels, I then had the opportunity to travel with my sisters, Teen and USA, to Texas and then to Sao Paulo, Brazil for Smile Train. Being able to visit the patients, talk to their families, and to the volunteers and medical professionals made this trip one of the most enriching. Upon return to the city that never sleeps, I visited the Google headquarters.
I am here at the Google headquarters
to talk about advocating for the LGBTQ+ community and visited the Harlem Village Academy to speak about overcoming life's adversities in emerging Victoria. As I approach the end of November, my year is coming to a close. At the beginning of this year, I wanted so that anyone who would follow along with my journey, that they could see Catriona. They could see my passion for my cause work. They could see me. I always had a voice, and during this year as a reigning Miss Universe, I was given the opportunity to amplify it and lend my voice to the causes that burned in my heart.
That is so important, not just for pursuing a goal or a dream, but it's telling yourself too that you are worth going after this pursuit.
I want to be remembered as the queen who serves, to be seen as using this opportunity and platform to pursue my purpose as an advocate and a voice to not just 104 Filipinos, but to the whole universe.